On today's Thoughts from the Corner, me and Lucy checked out By the Vote from Koozies Games, and we discussed, is good enough anymore? Let's talk about it. What does that even mean, Bauer's Game Corner?
Ahoy there, YouTubers. Welcome again to Bauer's Board Game Corner. My name is Lucy, and this is...
Bauer! And today, we're going to be talking about By the Vote. This is the new one from Koozies Game. This is for 2 to 5 players, ages 9+. Take exactly 15 minutes to play. And they want you to know that there is a how to play video right there. Actually, not right there. That'll take you to their website, and you'll click on their video and be like, why is this how to play video? And then you'll go to a different link that will have the how to play video, which is annoying. But... in By the Vote, this is a very straightforward, lightweight filler game where you're going to start off with $10 million, and then you're going to be bidding on cards that will come out, and those cards are going to be different states, which will be worth their actual points that they are when the presidential election happens. Each round you're going to bid. If there's a tie, nobody gets it. If you're number one by yourself, you get that card. You're going to put it in front of, you have like this, I was going to say a fancy.
Not fancy, but like you have a little row that you put like all the states in, and like if nobody bids or if you tie, the state stays there, and then the new state gets put on top of it, adding to that betting pile now.
But you lose your money no matter what, which is an interesting aspect. Now, the game has a really interesting ebb and flow, and we're going to start talking about our opinions on the game. But you'll start with money, and then you're kind of cash starved for a little while until you get to, I think it's about round 4 or 5. Now, granted, this is a 15-minute game, so it all just flies by. Yeah. But Lucy, do you want to start on it?
Oh yeah, like this is a nice little like I was surprised, like it's just like a lightweight betting game. Just like it's a blind bet, see which ones you want to bet on, and then you just like go in it. But I had like a little bit of, I don't want to say strategy, but just like a little bit of like extra thinking. Cause like there's plenty of times where there were like states like full of like high values, and like we didn't bid on it because we had that threat of like we lose the bet no matter what. And if somebody else is going to get it, I can sacrifice that bet to go for like maybe with some of the swing states, which are yellow-based cards.
Well, that's a great point. So swing states, and there are a good chunk of them, I think there's 6, 7, 8, allow you to immediately steal someone else's state. So if you win California, guess what? You're not keeping California. Yeah, someone's going to steal it, and someone's going to steal it from them. And that adds a wrinkle to the game. And when I first played this game, because I played it twice now, once at 4 players, once at 3 players, I thought I was going to hate the swing state cards because it's just so annoying. But as long as you mention it, and I think I mentioned it when I taught it, like that's going to get stolen, don't go buck wild on it. It adds an extra layer to the game.
Yeah, because like I found the strategy was just like, okay, if there's some swing states in there, my best bet is to buy the last one, because no matter what, I'll have the final say on what gets stolen. I'll bet on some of the others too, to prevent people from getting it, just to see if I can get like an extra edge on people. Because like for example, one round I was able to steal 2 cards, get my California back and somebody else's stuff, because I was able to win on those rounds. I was also able to get like a lot of like free states, because if I'm betting like $1, because like no one else or people thought someone else was going to bet on it.
You get some really good ones for dirt cheap. And the economy in this game is really interesting, and I like that. But I will put it like this. I think this is a good filler-weight game. If this lasted 5 to 10 more minutes, I don't think I'd be as hot on it.
No. Like, the fact that it ends in 15 minutes and the rounds are freeform. So, like, essentially you can sort of, like for the next couple of rounds, like, you might want to do, like, a little bit of, house ruling, or just like making sure like people don't stall. Yes,
excellent point. Because it says specifically the game ends immediately, and we actually ran into a situation where Lucy knew she was winning, and it's just in her best interest to say, like, oh, I need to cash out some ones, get these 5s. I mean, I'm not saying you did that on purpose, but I'm saying it would totally make sense.
I mean, it was the last round too, so you didn't really notice it, because we were able to still like keep an eye on the clock, but like take a decent amount of each time on the rounds.
But I will say, like, from an outsider's perspective, that seems like bad game design, but it just kind of added to the sense of urgency to the game. But I feel like there should be some sort of, like, maybe something you click, well, it's not an app, it's just a 15-minute timer, that limits the amount of time you have bidding to a certain period of time.
Or at least, like, again, like, just making a rule of just, like, these couple first rounds, like, you have to be within, like, if everybody but one person is ready, you can probably do the bids, and just whatever they have on there. Yeah. And, like, whatever you have on there, like, for example, like, I had a lot of my bids, like, placed out ahead of time. I was just deciding, like, which do I want to bet on more. Oh. But I would say, if you and Josiah already hit the table, like, you have the permission at that point to, like, lift the other person's thing to see what they bet on.
Yeah, but this is my issue with this game. Like, I feel like, as you put it, like, I feel like we kind of need house rules.
Yeah.
And with a game this simple, why don't you just make them regular rules?
Yeah.
Like, why isn't that included? Because totally, what's to stop someone from just stalling and just saying, oh yeah, I gotta do whatever. But being at 15 minutes, it's kind of like a bulletproof armor here. It protects this game from a lot. And I like politically, and that's the other thing. The political theme is there, but it's not political in any way, shape, or form.
It's not really. Like, you can replace it with anything. Just like you can replace it with like metals or jewels. To be honest, and it'll be the same kind of thing.
Yeah.
You just bet on something and you get like a return on it, and sometimes you get a steal from people. The theme is like weak, but it's a nice game. Like I enjoyed it more than I thought it would.
And that's
there's a little extra thinking with like the betting process of just like, okay, I know that people like I noticed like you and Josiah like seem to like be hesitant to bet on the first state. So I was like, okay, a free one here. Like you also like
looking at the trends.
We also like saw like you also swept up like a lot of the little states too.
Yeah, I was putting $2 million on pretty much everything cheap because during the money rounds you get $2 million for every state. So California gets $2 million, but if I have Alaska over here, it's also going to give me $2 million.
That's what also that's what I liked about this game a lot was just that like even if you get like the little states do matter, because even if they give you a little bit of only like a small amount of points, you get money from them to get more states to build up to potentially snowball. I will say that this game probably has like an issue of like you can snowball.
I could see that too. Like, especially if you get a lot of early states early on. I think Josiah really... But you know what? Who the heck knows? Josiah finished in second. Now, granted, second was not much. Like, you definitely steamrolled. And I will say this. I enjoyed it substantially. I would say it was like a half-point difference going from 3 to 4 players because you just made the bidding round more interesting. You had more ties, which meant that it just kind of got more lucrative because the states stay there. And I think 5 players was really the sweet one for this. Like, I think this is a great 5-player filler-weight game. I wouldn't say great. I think it's a very good 5-player filler-weight game.
It's nice. It fits. It does what it wants to. There's something. Is this a Kickstarter?
I believe that this is a Kickstarter version because this is the limited special edition. And that's another thing. Let's talk about some components. I think that's where you're going.
Yeah.
Which was the one that you had?
My mate. That was it.
This is after 2 uses. It actually was during the beginning. And this, I mean, come on, this looks like a prototype right here.
It does look like a prototype, like and
this isn't even that.
And like some of these, because like this one, like on the contrast, this is actually really nice.
Yeah, it's super functional.
It tells you what the rounds are, what you do. Like what's round 1? You put out 3 states. Round 2, you put out the 4th, and so on and so forth. I like that. You keep your money. It has a little QR code for I don't know why, but
Oh, the 3-minute video. Yeah, the 3-minute video.
And so
Point your phone's camera here. Oh no, maybe it's not. I don't know. It's a surprise. Oh no, it's a how to play, I think.
Yeah. And it's like this is like a nice component right here, but then like the actual covers, like there's no art on it. It just seems a little cheap.
Yeah, I was saying like why not just slap Mount Rushmore on here? Like I mean anything is better than white in your logo. And heck, if you want to keep your logo there, just make like a boom, Mount Rushmore or I don't even know.
I like the idea also with these states, like you can use like your states on the top of this board to sort of try to calculate how many points you have.
Did you actually do that?
I tried to, and I realized like it kind of does work. Like you can put like right here, and then you start right here with the California. Like gives you like okay around 60 or 50 or whatever that means at least.
And yeah, and they actually put that in there because here's the thing. I actually was talking to someone about this. Because some people be like, well, who needs that? Who really needs that? But there are people who they bust out their calculator when they score points. So I thought that was a nice added touch as well.
It doesn't work completely though, because like when you put cards on top of each other with people stealing cards also, it becomes easier just like putting them in a pile and then just counting them for like the money you're gonna get at the end of certain or the beginning of certain rounds.
So in the end, by the vote, you're giving it a thumbs up, tepid?
Tepid. I mean, again, it's like one of those things. Like again, like when you ask, like, is this a game that you would buy? It would not be a game I would buy. I'm glad that you even you owning it. I'm not like excited about it.
This is one of those games it's going to stay on my shelf for the time being because Lucy can confirm. Filler weight games. I don't have too many. I just don't, or ones that I can remember off the top of my head. This one, I know I will always, because the 3-minute video is pretty useful.
Yeah.
I will always know that if I get this out, I can go to the bathroom and everyone will know how to play it by the time I get back, and that's great. I don't think it's it says limited special edition, and that just bugs me. Like that,
because it doesn't seem special edition.
It does not seem special.
Here's the issue: if this is limited edition, what's the normal one?
Well, I'm going to guess that they said limited special edition because it's like Kickstarter. There's something exclusive in there that will never be printed ever again.
I don't see what it is.
It's these, Lucy. It's these. I don't know that.
It's better not.
But there you go. That is by the vote, and I'm in the same boat with Lucy. I will keep it. I will suggest it, especially if we get to, post-COVID, if we get to a 5-player kind of filler weight where we're waiting for a 6th person, because I know that's the other thing. I think this is important. I could teach this to just about anybody. It's that simple. This is gateway friendly. This is family friendly. I could teach this to my 7-year-old, no problem. And I'm sure my 7-year-old will actually really enjoy this because even though the bidding could be hard. Losing your money when you bid.
Oh, yeah, but also just like making sure things are in the right order too.
Yeah. But
it's a nice, I mean, to be honest, I'm glad that you own it, but if you got rid of it, I'd be like, oh.
That's
what game was that?
That's how I feel. So by the vote, is a hard one. So who would we recommend it to? Like, if you have a lot of filler weights?
Honestly, like, even like as a filler weight game, like it does its job, but like I can probably, like, if we had like 5, the thing is, like you said, that it plays better with a bigger player count.
If we had 5 filler weight games, this would be your last pick, wouldn't it?
Yeah, to be honest, if we had 5 people here, we probably wouldn't even pull this out.
But what if Polly was coming and there was
and her friend
15 minutes
and you didn't push her away.
We don't need to go into this. I welcome everyone at Bowers Game Corner. It's just
pushed her away. She invited her friend.
Yeah, that was awkward. But anywho, that is by the vote from Koozies Games. One that I think is a serviceable lightweight filler game. I don't think most people are going to hate it, but I don't think anybody's going to go gaga for it. Just because, while it does do some interesting things, it just has too many lingering little things that just...
It just doesn't... It does its job. And that's the issue. Like, there's so many other games. If we have 5 people or 4 people, we're probably going to play, like, Don't Mess with Cthulhu.
Oh, yeah. It's not even a question. And yeah, I've said this in many, many reviews. At this point, maybe 20 years ago, back when like 100 games were coming out a year, that was fine. But now when there's 1,000,
we're in the golden age of like board games. Everything and everything.
We absolutely are, and
this
so
isn't
good
enough.
Good is not good enough anymore, and that is how I think we both feel about By the Vote.
Yeah.
So, if you're enjoying what we're doing, please try to click on that subscribe button down below. Also, buy something on Amazon in that link down below, and I get some cash. You want to know a fun story?
Ooh, yeah.
Last week, someone bought a $1,000 TV using one of those Amazon links, and I got $32 off of it.
Woo!
And I actually, congratulations to you. That TV looks amazing. So I clicked on the link, and I was like, dear God, $1,000. That is a nice TV. So, yeah, but do that. And in the comments below, let me know, what is your favorite politically themed game? Personally, it is Corporate America. Love it. Even though Campaign Trail looks amazing. I can't wait to get my hands on it.
It'd probably be Corporate America or kind of, pretty much just Corporate America, because I don't play that many, like, political games.
Is it a theme that attracts you?
Is that a thing that attracts me? And, like, maybe it's like we play, like, a lot of political games here, but, like, they're, like, usually really bad.
Oh, yeah. Are you talking about Campaign for President?
Campaign is just, like...
By the Vote's way better than Campaign for President.
Yeah, you know what? It's an actual game.
Ouch. But as always, thanks for your time, YouTube.
See yas.